feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want. I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want.
Hello there everyone, and welcome to True Crime and Justice. Hello Michelle, how are you tonight? Hope you're all well. Hello Anne, hello. Oh God, today started off absolutely gorgeous. Then that something like we was due 50% or 40 something percent we was due of rain somewhere in Glasgow, right? Well, over this way, over the northeast, over the west coast way, right? My son caught it. He was on a day out with this organisation they do with his son's school, and they went down to Ayr for the day. They caught the rain, so they spent most of the time in the arcades. And then I'm sitting here and I went, "Oh, I've got to go to the shop." I looked out the window and went, "I'm not going to the shop." It was peeing down with rain. I thought, well, I think we're getting that. We're part of that 40% that's going to get rain today. Because I thought I'll go to the shop and I'll do some gardening, right? Right. Lately, I've been going back over the 3 a.m. video home security video leaked. Yeah, what have you found, Michelle? I was just thinking about you with that video, actually, because you know how you was able to get this thing, the in the darkness, he brought it to light. Some like that picture I love of, we know who it is. We know it's KP. I will say it. I'm not scared. KP was outside in the area of their home when she said she was asleep in bed. Right. So I was thinking, if you could have got that picture, is there any chance you could get some imaging from around where that car was? Right? Because people are still saying that they went to the car. And I'm thinking, but surely if they went to that car before it reversed out the road, that light that came on from that house across the road where the video footage came from would have picked them up. And I thought, well, I'll see if Michelle could do some work on that area around by the car. Because some people have, but they've got it all pixelated, and I really don't like it when it's pixelated. If you get the first snapshot clean, that it affects every pixel from video as well. All right, because it was it. I can't remember who done it. I think I'm not sure. It's hindsight 2002 or 5D. I can't remember who did it, and they got a pixelated image of someone round by the car. And I kept thinking, well, if someone was round by that car, that sensor light across the road would have picked them up because it goes on movement. That light goes by movement, right? And it would have picked them up. Right. Okay. Well, I've been sat here today going over my maps again because Google is so kind to me. How they keep deleting my maps. Ooh. And the other day, Anne sent me something called about Bledsoe State Park. Never heard of it, didn't know it existed. And it's not far from where the Bowersox live. Yeah, we did. We know she was not in that house at 3. We know she was not in her bed at 3 a.m. snoring her fucking head off. We know she wasn't. Anne is keeping me on the straight and narrow again. Thank you, Anne. Right. We know she wasn't. I'm sorry, but that picture of that you pulled and some of the very first pictures you sent me, and I looked at it and I thought it was a bald-headed guy. And I looked back and I think it was on the third look of it. I went back to it like the third or fourth time and went boom, I saw it. So I know she wasn't in Beatty Bays. And you can tell it's her by that V line in the neck. With her, because if you look at her when she's coming out of Texas Roadhouse, she's got that like zip up hoodie on thing. And she don't zip it all the way up. She zips it so far up so she's got that V line. Me, I like it up to my neck. So my neck is nice and warm. If I can't do that, then it's got a fecking scarf around it. But no, so I can see the kids across the road in the garden on their trampoline. And it's a fecking massive trampoline they've got. Fecking massive. My daughter gave Simon, her brother, her old trampoline because it wasn't used that much. It wasn't hardly used. So she gave it to Simon for Ellis and Olivia. And every chance they get, they're out there on that trampoline. There's a lot we see in these videos, but we all forgot we are dealing with somebody who's trained in military to hide things in photos digitally. Yeah, but you see, she may have been trained to hide things, but it's something I heard today. You know how I love to watch my true crime, and I was watching some and it said videos are there. You cannot. If you got footage from a camera footage from a shop or a building or something, boom, it's there. You can't deny that. So if you see someone you're interested in an area, right, where something's gone down and they say no was never there, boom, you cannot deny that video. It's there, right? So this video is there. They can't deny that. They can't deny there was a car in the area. That's why on the Tuesday it went from an endangered child to an Amber Alert. Because there was a car involved. There was 2 lights coming. Well, to be honest with you, and I'll be honest here, I only ever see there's 1 light already there, right? In that common area, community area. And you only ever see the 1 light coming across and then running back again. Well, going back very quickly. You don't see 2 lights coming across from the house. I think it was just KP in the house waiting for the signal. Whoever. Waiting for the signal to leave, to come. Because don't forget, it was said that that car pulled up on Kelling Lane first, just at the before it turned into Stafford Court. It pulled up there. So someone could have got out that car, gone between the 2 houses, gave her the signal, she's come through. And then that person's gone running back home. Yes, it can be, but this video was not. This came from the neighbour's home security footage. It was not digitally mixed, enhanced or anything. Yes, people have been working on that footage now. So you do have to go back to the original source. And I can't think of the name of the woman who's got the... I've got the 3 original clips. Well, I did have. Shit, I did have. I'm so glad I put them into one video. Because they was on my YouTube channel. And I put them all into a video. So I've got the 3 original clips from that video. I can send it to you, Michelle, if you want. And I can send it to you when I finish my live because I'm not messing about doing stuff like that now. And it's the original video. It's not video which has been enhanced with, digitally worked with, nothing. It's the original. The only thing that is different is like when that car lights come on, and Chris from the mob crew has said this, they paused it. They paused the video so that they then on their phones could zoom in on their phones to it. And once they've zoomed in, they've unpaused it. And that's when you see like that light, little light flickering, bit of a movement by the end of the car. Right, so for literally a split second they pause it so that on their phone they can zoom in on their phone. Because they was taking it all by phone. The people who sent that footage in, who gave it to Nick Berris, was doing it on a phone. But the original video, it's got slightly different to it. So I can send you that video later tonight, or even tomorrow. I'll put it down to send video. Send light video to Michelle. Okay? Because I can't do what you do. I really can't. Well, I could, but it gets all pixelated with me, and I don't like it when it's pixelated. That's why I love that one shot you got. Well, it's not just that shot. There's lots of shots you got, but that one just stands out to me out of all of them. Perfect. All right. So anyway, we're looking at what AtNight has got to say, and then we'll be going on to the map. And we'll be looking at the area on the map that dog's looking at for information. Because there's two bits of information. There's the one on Hollow Pike Road he wants, right? And there's also the route 3, it says, from Texas Roadhouse home, right? So we're going to look at that route as well on the maps. So, let me just pull this up. Oh God, where's my map? There it is. See, I've got it all prepared tonight. I'm really good tonight. So, hello, those on X. Thank you for being here tonight with me. Please consider coming over to YouTube and helping me build my channel back up. Because some little tosser decided they didn't like what I was saying and got my channel shut down. So please consider coming over to YouTube and subscribing. Doesn't cost you anything. Anyway, this is what AtNight has got to say. This is the first one part of it, right? And it says AtNight issues renewed public appeal regarding critical 8-minute window on Long Hollow Pike in Sebastian's Rogers search effort. Now, I did hear a while ago something about a car being in the area. I did hear about this car being in the area. And I just sat there then. It was like it was waiting for someone or waiting for directions or something. And that was a while ago. I heard about that. Anyway, it says Hendersonville, Tennessee, April 11th, 2026. AtNight Creative Intelligence, part of the One World Alliance, is issuing a renewed public appeal for information in the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers search effort, with specific focus on a narrow but potentially critical time window on Sunday, February the 26th, 2024. AtNight is asking anyone who was in, near, or traveling through the stretch spanning the 3100 through to the 3600 blocks of Long Hollow Pike in Hendersonville between 6:20 p.m. and 6:28 p.m. Now, we all know they didn't leave Texas Roadhouse, pull away from Texas Roadhouse till nearly 6:25, right? So was there a car waiting on that Long Hollow Pike Road, waiting somewhere and then thinking, right, she's left now? They could have been the ones telling her where to go. You know what I mean? She put their earpieces in. Central Standard Time on February 25th, 2024, to come forward if they heard any unusual sound or observed any unusual vehicle activity. So if there was a car hanging around between 6:20 and 6:28 along Long Hollow Pike, that could have been the person talking to her in her earpiece. Alright. Oh, hang on. The request includes any account involving a vehicle that appeared to idle for several minutes, operated without headlights, activated hazard lights, pulled off briefly, stopped momentarily, as though the driver was checking GPS or directions, or otherwise appeared out of place during that 8-minute period. So, if say you was driving along and you saw a car pull off and then in your rear mirror you saw it stop again, that could be potential, what they're looking for. A vehicle or sound that may have seemed ordinary, forgettable or insignificant at the time may now carry substantial value. AtNight believes something potentially life-changing may have occurred within the confined 8-minute span on that section of roadway. For that reason, the organisation is asking the public not to dismiss even the smallest recollection. A strange sound, a brief pause, a darkened vehicle, a driver lingering where they did not appear to belong, or a short stop on the shoulder may now help reconstruct a consequential sequence. Oh, I've got something to tell you all in a minute when we finish reading this. Anyone with older notes, text messages, photographs, gas cam footage, home security footage, or any other material from that date is encouraged to preserve it in original form and review it carefully. Time may degrade memory and overwrite video, but overlooked details from that evening may still materially advance the search effort and intelligence picture. Those with relevant information are urged to contact AtNight immediately. Now they're offering between, I think I read, between $250 plus. You know what I mean? Depending on how if you send a video of a car lingering around, you see a car on your dash cam, you know what I mean, sitting to one side of the road, or a car suddenly pull out in front of you and then slow down and stop again, that is potential. That's what they want. So the more evidential-wise it is, the more you're likely to get. Right, we all know the phone numbers. I'm not going to repeat them, especially the first two. That's something County in Tennessee, TBI. I don't have nothing to do with them. Right? We value your time and contributions. Depending on the relevance and clarity of the footage you provide, we're offering a reward of $500 to $1,500. We understand that combing through your records can be time-consuming, but even a short clip could make a significant difference. If you have any footage, please call 833-TELL-DOG or 844-922-3236 or email Sebastian at manhunt.com. Alright? So that was the first part. Well, you see, they've been looking at this information. That I know I heard it a while ago about, I don't know how long ago, whether it was this year, possibly this year sometime, I heard about this car. But I never put anything to it. But you see, that's why they're probably asking for more video proof, more footage, if anyone's got anything. Because they don't want to go on just one person saying this. They need some video footage. This could have just been someone come to them and say, look, I saw a car sitting there idling there for a few minutes, then it pulled away, then it stopped again. It seemed odd, it looked out of place, but they've got no footage, right? So, somewhere along that road there was a car they are after and they need video footage. I know who that creator was. That was JLR. He took the 3 routes that you could take home from Texas Roadhouse home. He took 3 routes. Did one route, one video. Then he done another route, which was another video, and then a third route, sort of thing. Or he put it all into one video, but he did all 3 routes, JLR. There wasn't many cameras. There wasn't. This is why I'm thinking, hold on, you're asking for an area along a road where there's not many cameras. And even the houses are sit back off the road. So even if they've got home security cameras or ring doorbell, they're not going to see much. But it is amazing how you don't think your camera has picked up anything, but it might have. You know what I mean? Well, I was just saying today, right? I was talking to my son yesterday about this. A young lad got stabbed in England, right? And yeah, he was in the wrong crowd, but he got stabbed. And the paramedic said if they'd had the proper equipment, that lad would have survived. So they've said, what sort of equipment do they need? And now they do what they call a stab knife or stab pack. That's it. And in it, it's got everything you need if someone gets stabbed by a knife, right? Because they say if you get stabbed by a knife and that knife is not in the wound, then you need to get gauze, pack that wound with gauze, then tightly wrap a bandage around it to put pressure on it. And I was talking to my son about this yesterday, and I said, oh, that'd be a good idea to have one of them, you know what I mean? And he sat there and he went, like, as I looking left to right, say, in this area, I don't think so. Yes, we do. I found out today, just over, 5-minute walk away, if that. A woman my daughter works with, her son was in the pub after work. A quiet bloke. Didn't cause any trouble. He goes to work. He likes to have a few drinks on a night time after work, a game of pool or a game of snooker. Well, because of something that had happened a year ago, with someone else in this family, because they couldn't get to that person, because that person went into hiding, they've gone after her son. And 3 men walked into this pub, all in black, threw acid at him. He's put his arm up, right? And he's caught all his arm, all his one side, and some on his face, and a little bit into his eye. But they're not sure if he's going to be blind or not. Anyway, he got slashed across the back of the head. Not stabbed, slashed. Several times across the back of the head and the back of the neck. He's lucky he's alive and he isn't paralysed. And he got stabbed in the back as well. Right? He's so lucky he's alive. And I went, and where was this thing? I'm thinking like about 15 minutes bus ride away. You know what I mean? No. Literally 5-minute walk. Just up the road from the nursery her little boy used to go to. Oh, no, you're kidding me. She said no. And this guy who attacked him, the one who attacked him, him and his little cronies have been going around trying people's doors, front doors, to get into their houses. And I was telling my son today, but I think Angie may have said something to him. You wait till she comes in. Because we're talking about, because they always have their front door unlocked. And I said, keep your fucking door locked. Oh, he's not in the area now. I said, no, but he will be. This is his ground. This is what he knows. They always come back to what they know. I said, yeah, and then he'll get caught. I said, yeah, and before that, he could do anything. Keep your doors locked. My doors are always locked. Always. Right? So, my daughter used to have her front door unlocked. Now keeps it locked. And her partner and his father know the family that it happened to. And they're not getting involved. They're not getting involved. Right? My daughter's partner said, no, I'm not getting involved. I'm not bringing it to my door, right, where I've got you and my son here. I'm not bringing it to my door where they know where I work, my business. You know what I mean? No, why am I getting involved? Yeah, I know. And it's so close. And it's only last week sometime it happened. For fuck's sake. I thought Dundee was bad, but oh my lord. I knew Glasgow could be a bit rough. Right, now listen to this, even the Glasgow rug dealers, the big ones, the ones you don't fuck about with, they've told all their little runners, right, they have their runners, do not sell any rugs to this guy. Because it'll come back to your front door and then they're going to collar you for all the rugs that you've got. Right? It says, so do not sell any rugs to this guy. All his runners have been told to not sell to him. Because he is big on the rugs. And Sam said, he's going to get it from somewhere. I said, yeah, but not from Glasgow ones. There's several people, turfs, you know what I mean? Several rug dealers, big rug dealers in Glasgow. But the big main ones are not selling to him. So I said, I was thinking about when I get my Ring doorbell and paying for the monthly subscription. I think it's only about £5 a month, right, on my Ring doorbell. So then it's on the cloud and then I'll be able to pull it up anytime. You know what I mean? If they want it, they can pull it up then. So even I could pull it up if I wanted to, you know what I mean? But I walked up to the shop today and I had to walk past the road. It's a bit like this where I live. It's one road in and out. I had to walk past that entrance to that estate, that scheme today. I am crapping myself. I was walking past. I thought, fucking hell. So yeah, I'm gonna when I get my Ring doorbell, I keep meaning to get it. I'll ask my son where he got his from. I think he got it from Amazon. But I'll have a look, never look tonight. I always go on my phone before going to bed. You know how you do, you sit there and you're scrolling through. And before you know it, an hour's gone by. You think, oh shit, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, I should be in bed. Anyway, go back to this. That is the first thing. So they're looking for any information along Hollow Pike Road. Yeah? We're going to get to the maps in a minute. Then here, Route 3 Community Request. And it says, if you live, work, or frequently travel along the route starting at the Texas Roadhouse and ending on Stafford Court in Hendersonville. We need your assistance. We are specifically seeking security cameras, doorbell camera, dash cam footage captured on the February 25th, 2024 from 4 p.m. local time through to 1 a.m. local time on February 26th. Now, that's funny, isn't it? And they're asking from 4 p.m. on the Sunday right through to 1 a.m. That's a long time. So they must know something. They must have found something out to specifically say at that time between 4 p.m. and 1 a.m. 4 p.m. February 25th, 2024 through to 1 a.m. February 26th, 2024. They must know something. Someone's told them something. Right? And it says the route begins in the busy commercial setting near Indian Lake Boulevard. It then transitions onto. I'm going to write this down. Saundersville Road. So it goes, transitions onto Saundersville Road, an area that can see both local and through traffic, followed by Grapevine Road. Right? Where the environment leans more towards residential streets. From there, the route passes onto Wessington Place, a longer residential stretch where families may have been arriving home, relaxing, or hosting guests during a specific time frame. Turning onto Old Shackle Island, right? Island Road, and then TN 258 North New Shackle Road. Oh, New Shackle Island Road, sorry. Introduces a mix of established neighborhoods, intermittent local businesses, and community amenities. Eventually, this path leads to TN 174 West Longhollow Park. Longhollow Park. Did you know Terry and Kathy used to live in a house on Longhollow Pike? Yep. And I realised today when I was putting all their addresses again on the map, I went, hold on, and I've actually had to stop what I was doing, pull out, and think, that's that road they're on about, but it's before the way before they're looking for, right? Right. So moving into quite a semi-suburban environment, the final turns onto Kelly Lane and Stafford Court. Stafford Court, right? And that's it. So we're going to have a look at that route. And hold on, I'll see if I can find it on YouTube. Because I know JLR did all three routes. So yeah, I'm going to get a good Ring doorbell camera. And I'm also going to, I wasn't going to bother with the camera for the back, but I'm also going to get a camera for the back, which I can see on the bedroom window. They won't see it, but it'll pick anyone coming over the back end of my house, back fence of my house, or even across my neighbours' fences into my garden. So I've got a light which I have outside my back door, and I'm tempted to put one up the corner or along the back of my house. It's a sensor light, so as soon as it picks up anything, even in the day, it'll come on. Right? So I'm tempted to put one of them up out by my bedroom window, so then they won't see it because it's up and like hidden. Because I've got the raptor things around the house, so they won't see the light until it comes on. Then I see a light there. Oh shit, there's a light. You know what I mean? Every one of them places I've seen family members have lived there. Yes. I'm not joking. I'm going through Chris Playfoot at the moment. I'm getting bored looking through it. And I said to my friend today, I said, isn't it sad? The houses I'm looking at, the addresses I'm looking at, I know exactly who lived there. I don't even need to look at the name at the top of my list. I know exactly who's lived at these houses. I said, because I've had to map these so many times because Google keeps wiping it all. Why, I don't know. Right? I said, yeah, it's sad. I said, it's like memory. I said, I think I know Hendersonville, Tennessee, Hendersonville, Sumner County, and Gallatin, and all that lot better than this area where I live. Honest. I think if I sat down and looked at this area on the map and did it daily, I'd get to know where the roads were, everything. But because I look at my map so much for where people have lived, where family members have lived, or where a place of work, or the schools he went to, or state parks around that area, and all that lot. I know that area. I know all these fucking addresses. It's like one you sent me on. As soon as I seen the address, I went, yep, I know that one. I know that address. I knew it was Kathy's. Right? So, and there's three businesses. Or is it? Oh, there's one address down for Chris Proudfoot. I've never noticed this before. But as I'm plotting these addresses, I'm actually looking at where they are on the map. And I looked at this one, I thought, that doesn't look like a place where there's houses where people live. So I've zoomed in. And guess what it is? It's an address, but not, and it's an address where he's been living there for some time. He's either lived there for 6 months or something like that, but he's been registered as living there. Is a McDonald's. Who lives at McDonald's? Yeah, I know him like the back of my hand. I think I need to get to know my area a bit better. But then again, I didn't know all of Dundee, and I lived there from 2008? I've lived in Dundee from 2008, apart from a short stint of about 2 years, 15, 16, 15, about 3 years where I was lived at Forfar. I've lived in Dundee the whole time, since 2008, bar 3 years where I lived in Forfar, which was absolutely beautiful at Forfar. Right? A bit like where we live now, nice houses, nice parks, everything. You know what I mean? And it was only a little city, little town. It wasn't a big place like Dundee. Just one high street with one road off it, where you got a few shops up this road, and the main shops are all on this one high street, and the pubs were all, apart from a few which were more like nightclubby, which were around this other end. Most of the pubs are all on the high street. So we're going to look at that. So let's have a look. What else did it say? Right. Brings you into the suburban neighbourhood where houses are set back from the road and many properties may have cameras monitoring driveway, porches and front yards. Yes. Why have they not been able to get all this information before? Why have they not been giving all this information? If you own a home along these routes, your porch or driveway camera may have recorded passing cars or pedestrians. Business owners may have outdoor surveillance. Don't bother with Worshams, because apparently, this is what I heard, by the time law enforcement went and got their video cameras, yeah, it had started to override. Now, isn't the shop's fault? Because the shop only records for so many weeks and then it starts to override. It's law enforcement's fault. Because they waited 2 weeks before they went there. And if you listen to that dispatch call, law enforcement are all over that area because there's apparently some lads hiding under one of the bridges along there. And you hear this one law enforcement officer saying, I'm right there, I'll go and check it out. Why didn't you go and check out the security camera footage from Worshams on the 26th? Why wait nearly 2 weeks before pulling that information to find out that they could only go back so far because it started to override it? So, if you own a home along these routes, your porch or driveway camera may have recorded passing cars or pedestrians. Business owners may have outdoor surveillance that caught unusual activity. If you're driving along this route, your dash cam might show a vehicle that stuck out, a pedestrian walking late, or even seemingly minor details that could help us form a clearer picture of events. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for any video footage. They've been told some information, but they've not got the video footage. So they can't go on the word of someone. They need the video footage. We do not only seek obviously suspicious footage, any visual record, vehicles pulling out unexpectedly, unfamiliar faces appearing at unusual times, or even empty streets during a time when traffic would be expected. Why would the street be empty if it's supposed to, when normally it's busy? Can offer valuable insights. Again, it states, we value your time and contribution. Depending on the relevance and clarity of the footage provided, we're offering 500 to 1,500. That's a lot of money, even $500 just for a video clip. I'd be going, well, where's my footage? You know what I mean? I'd be sitting on my laptop scrolling right back. 2 years? Right, okay. We're going back 2 years. Because you can do that if you're on cloud, you can store it. And it'll store it for as long as you need. So that's what they're looking for. Yeah. They never checked that camera straight away. And they was in the area. They're doing all the other checks on homes and whatever in the schools for their video footage and home security footage and all the other houses. Why didn't they go to Worshams? Oh, I know. Because law enforcement, Craddock, that piece of ish, obviously didn't tell them to go and check there. Or said, no, don't worry, we can do that. I'll go there and get that footage for you. Something. He's put them off from getting that footage. Because why would you do that? Oh, yeah. Because not one, but two, not two, but three people stated they saw Kathy in her car, parked by Worshams. And what's by Worshams? Oh, yeah. Let's think. storage units. What did they find behind them storage units? Some books with KP's writing a name on. A mattress, wasn't it? They didn't want police going round there searching. They didn't want people seeing someone might be at that Worsham's in that area at that time. Because that is suspicious. Someone like that being parked up by Worsham's at what, 6:15 in the morning? That is suspicious. Why would she be parked up there? And then she says, I didn't get to the house till gone 10 a.m.
Bullshit in aisle 2.
We know you was there before 10 a.m, Kathy. You were seen. Not by one, not by two, but by 3 people. You were seen at least at 8 a.m. in the morning. So don't come on Facebook like I say, I wasn't there till 10 a.m. in the morning. Because I will go, okay? So, we are going to go to my maps, which is here. Yeah. I've got that open, so I'm just going to take this down. And we're going to look at the areas they are talking about. Right. First of all, we've got to go up to... I do want to look at this area. Don't worry, we'll be coming back to this time. I want to go up to here. I've got like some trapped wings. So I'm sorry. Trying not to hiccup. Right. So let's put 500 block, wasn't it? Is that what I was looking for? Hang on. Let's go back from that. See, they've had a breakthrough, and that information has been and details have been relayed to the authorities. I hope you didn't send it to some accountant because they're just going to bury it. No, it's not that one. Where is it? Oh, let's have a look. No, not that one. Yeah, right. Where is he? Spanning the 3100 block through to 600 blocks of Long Hollow Pike. Right. I've got to get the map up on the screen for you. Yes, I agree, Michelle. It is. But for anything to come up this case, anything, Seth has got to fight to either get this case moved to another county. And to do that, he's got to prove there is a connection between the law enforcement like Craddock and Chris. You get that proof that there's a connection and that he should have backed away from this case from day one, then they can say, right, we're moving this case from your hands into these hands. And then they, whoever hands it over to, they can then call the FBI. Because Sumner County are not going to call the FBI because they know the FBI are going to literally rip this case apart, right? And they know they will be looking at Sumner County as well. Anyway, so let's look at this map. Right, so we're looking at what area was it again? Sorry. 3100 block. 3100. Hold on, just get my mic out. Wait a minute. Yeah. Right. I'll just save it to project for now. I can always delete it. Right. This is the 3100 long block area from here. Right. Let's go north. Come on. Reset to north. So from here, let's just put a little pin there. Right. And I'll put it 3100 block. Right. And then let's get this off the screen. And then we want the 3600 block, don't we? Does that take us? Oh, look where you. Right then. Okay. Stop the map, you piece of shit. Okay, thank you. And I'll put my own marker there. 3600 block. Right. Now let's get this off the screen. Now let's zoom out. So they are looking. This is a 3600. Well, I don't know if this is 3600 block. I'll just put that in, and this is where it's taking me. Right, 3100 is down here. For some reason, I've got two. Right, let's delete one of them because I don't need two. 3100 is round here. So they are looking, from what I can make out, anything up to here. So they're not looking for information along here. Now, isn't that funny, right, that if you come down here, you remember that where they said allegedly KP was seen at a gas station and she pulled alongside another car and was talking to that person in that car, and this person gets out of the car, goes in her car, something like that. Well, if you come along this road here, all along here, I've just seen, if you come up, zooming a bit more. right? If you come along this road, up here, and around, it brings you onto Centre Point Road, which brings you, right, we're going up to here. You go round, along to there, brings you to there. Right, I'm just going to put, I don't know, I'll just put a little red one there. I won't put any name to it, I'll just leave it as it is, because it's going to get deleted anyway. Right, so it brings you out here. And it's interesting, they are asking for any unusual activities of a vehicle, right, from here, hold on, from here, all the way up to here, in this area here, right, so any activity along this road here, and just, it's not on this map, it's on one of my other maps, but round about here, 600 some along Hollow Pike, Terry and Kathy used to have a house. They used to live round there. So they want to go from here up to here. And as I said, if you took that route from that petrol station up to here, it's in the area they are looking at. Right? So for all we know, this person could have been along this road somewhere, parked up. She's put her earpiece in. Right? She doesn't have to say anything. She's probably told them, I'm just getting in the car now. Right? Messaged them on her phone. We'll be leaving in a few minutes. As soon as she's got her earpiece in, he's probably saying, right, make your way to wherever. And that's when he started to make his way down here, right down to this gas station. Or even there. The area of interest where Silvers went. By that pylon place, the electric place. There. So he needed to meet up with her at the same time. Now, let's look at the route. There's the route. Right? Let's take this off. We want to go from where? Oh no. I might have to use Google Maps for this. Sandersville Road. Let's have a look at this. Sandersville Road. Right. This is Sandersville Road. So, where about is that? From Texas Roadhouse. Oh. So Sandersville Road is there. Texas Roadhouse is there. So what's she doing going over that way? Then we've got Grapevine, right? What? What the fuck? Oh no, I've got to change that colour. I want it to red. That's Grapevine Road. Get off! Right. So, they're going from Texas Roadhouse over to Sandersville Road, over to Grapevine Road. That doesn't make sense. I just want to change that colour. Come on. God's sake. That doesn't make sense. That really does not make sense. House over to Sandersville Road, over here, right? Over to Grapevine Road. This isn't making sense. Come on. That does not make sense. If you go by those roads, it doesn't make sense. And it said, didn't it? Hang on. It said, the route begins in the busy commercial setting near Indian Lake Boulevard, that's Texas Roadhouse. It then transitions into Sangerville Road, which we've already looked at, and an area that can see both local and through traffic, followed by Grapevine Road, where the environment leans more towards residential streets. From there, the route passes onto Wessington Place. Now that one's a bit closer. Right? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Alright, so we've got Grapevine there. So we've got Texas Roadhouse there. We've got Sandersville Road there. We then come back over to Grapevine Road, over to Wessington Place. The route passes onto Wessington Place along a residential stretch where families may have been arriving home. Yeah. Turning onto Old Shackle Island Road. Right. Now, I heard someone talking about Old Shackle Island Road and a live once. Old Shackle Island Road. And I remember Chris saying it was by a hospital or something, or a clinic, yeah. I can't remember what live he was on when they asked him. I think it may have been Smiley's. Because they're saying, is Old Shackle Island the same as New Shackle Island? You know what I mean? And they said no. So you've got Old Shackle Island. Then you've got TN dash 258 no 258. No, that's 7. 5 8 north slash New Shackle Road. Let's see where we should get on this one. Oh, right. It's right there, New Shackle Island Road. Now I can understand why some people might get confused with Old Shackle, New Shackle. Right. And then we've got TN 174 West, 174 West. Oh, God's sake. Come on. TN dash 174 West. Long Hollow. Right. No, take that Long Hollow off. Just take that off. Oh, fuck off. No. 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 I don't want that, so you can go fuck yourself. I want TN 174 West. Right, how would you go to Long Hollow Pike? Because there's Long Hollow Pike there, and we've got to get from over here, over this area. Yeah. Got to get from here over to there. It's not. It's going to give me. See, it's only giving me Long Hollow Pike. It's not giving me 174 TN 174 West. Let's just put that there, me. I can delete it if need be. Right. Let's just get this off. Zoom out. So from somewhere over here, they've gone from there over to Long TA 174 West, Long Hollow Pike. This is Long Hollow Pike, and that is west. This is west. Come here. And then from there, they went up to Kelling Lane and then on to Stafford Court. I'm not going to keep that, like, don't seem right there. That just did not look right there. So somehow they've had to get from there over to here, and then because it won't give me what I want for Long Hollow Pike, I'm just going to put a little mark there. Right, I'm just going to put a little mark there. I'll leave it at that. Right, untitled, because it's not staying on. From there, and then up to here, which would make sense, up to Kelling Road onto Stafford Court. Yes, yeah, that if only walls could talk. Right, I'm going to try and find... Oh, come on. Right. Routes from Texas Roadhouse to Stafford Court. Let's give it this way then, because it's not giving it me the way I want it to give it me. Nancy Guthrie. It's done so many on Nancy Guthrie. Come on. I can't find it the way I wanted to find it, so I'm having to look for... Oh, it was fucking work. God. Right. Come on. Oh, I hate it. Okay, let's try it this way. It's not giving it me. And I don't really want to sit here and go through all of his fucking videos. But I know he did a video, and what I'll do, I'll hunt it down. But we're going back, what, a year over a year ago now to when he done this video. 18 months, maybe 2 years. And he's done so many different videos in between, and I'm not gonna. Not tonight. Oh, I do love my maps, I do. I don't know what it is about maps. I don't know. Right? I'd like to know more how to do it better, if you know what I mean. But that one, TN174 West, Long Hollow, and it's got it in brackets saying Long Hollow Pike. I'd have to literally go on the maps and find TN174 on the maps. Let's see if I can do it. Have I got the patience to do it? We know this. Right, I'm just going to get rid of that. Right, we're going to zoom in. Because I want to look at that area, that national park as well, before we do anything as well. Right. Loretto Drive. No, it doesn't mention Loretto Drive. I didn't think I placed myself on Loretto Drive. Come on. TN174. Here it is. TN174. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And we're going, that is, the way we're facing is going west. So, let's have a look. Let's come out for a minute. I know where about I got on, so I'm just going to put a little marker. Right there. About there, yeah. TN 174 West. Right. So to get up onto here, right, and you know my husband said I was crap at reading maps. Crap. But we was driving to Germany. We'd gone over by ferry, got a car, hired a car over in Belgium. And we was driving late at fucking night. I'm having to work away with the little, every so often switching the light off in the car because he didn't like the light on in the car because you're not supposed to have it on while driving. I went, well, I need to fucking see where we're going, you stupid twat. And because I told him, oh, it's the next junction, and it wasn't, He was a junction actor. He said, "Oh, you can't read maps." I'm sorry, but you try reading a map at 11 p.m. at night. I'm fucking knackered in a country I don't fucking know. I can't read Dutch, French, German, Spanish, you name. I can't read none of that. I said, so we're just going to pull over somewhere so we can get some fucking keep. So we did. We pulled over. Once we got across the border from Holland into Germany, yeah, we pulled over. Just put the back seats down and went to sleep in the back of the fucking car. Right, we gotta get to the. Come on, zoom out a bit quicker, please. Oh God, so we'll be here all day. Right, Old Shackle Island was. No, New Shackle Island. New Shackle Island, yeah. Right, so we gotta get from there over to here. Is that it? Oh yeah, I haven't changed the colour on it. No. So we've got to get from New Shackle, from there over to here. Yeah, over to here. My friend can just gave me a fucking heart attack. Right, so we got to get from here over to there. I can't understand this route, though it doesn't make sense then to get up to Kelling Lane, Kelling Road, and Stafford Court. This one throws me off. Why is that road there? Why have they gone from Texas Roadhouse to here, and then back all over here, right, all round here, and then from there over to there? Surely there's a quicker way than going all the way along here, all the way from here over to there, to come all the way up this road. And now looking for it between the hours of... Oh, she brought me a cake. Oh, she brought me a fruit scone. Thank you. She knows how to win. They're looking for what time? 4 p.m. Sunday to 1 a.m. Monday morning. But that's Sun. Have I got it right? If I put Saundersville or Sandersville? Let's have a look. S-A-U-N. S-A-U. Yeah, I've got the right place. But it doesn't make sense, that one. This bit here, Saundersville, does not make sense. Why come all the way over here to go all the way back over there? And then go from there, from here, right? From here, over to it. Come on, maps. Here, yeah. When I know for a fact, pardon me, I know for a fact from there you could get over to there a lot quicker. Easy. Tell you what, look, there's the gas station that I said. That will take you up to the traffic lights just by the school. So why couldn't they come from there to over to this way? Why go over to there to come all the way along here? And then you got this one place just doesn't seem... But I'm going to mark in Kelling Lane here. I've just got to get down there. Right, let's put a little marker. Right there. Kellen Lane. Or is it Kellen Road? Let's say Kellen Lane. I've got to change that colour. Oh my God. God. Let's just change the colour on that one because I can't have it red. I'll have it blue. Yeah. So they are looking for any cars looking out of place along this route. Let's say. I can't find it now. Fuck off. Right. So along that route, from the 3600 block, from the 3100 block up to here, on about this main road here. So they're looking for any information, any of a car lingering around or anything like that along this road. And then, as I said, it's a bit coincidental, and I don't believe in coincidences. If you come along this road, you can get down to that BP's gas station where KP was allegedly seen, right? And I'm sure Happy Hollow Road is along here somewhere. Yeah. 3600 block, yeah? Look what falls near the 3600 block. Happy Hollow Road. The one with the pond and that house with the horses, and further down on the corner there was a tractor. Curious and curious. So, what's being said? Yeah, at the end of the day, that's all it is. We can debate, we can summarise, we can give our opinions and our views, but that's all it is at the end of the day. But that one place, Saundersville Road, it sticks out like a fucking sore thumb. Hold on. And that's too far over, because I know there's a route right along here. See where this that place area of interest is there. that road there, right? If you come along that road and then down here, you can get to Texas Roadhouse that way. But that Saundersville is well over here. Oh well, I can't. It's just gonna have to throw my head up constantly, do my heading, and it's going to piss me off because I can't understand why they've gone there. Right, I've got to find what I'm gonna that other place I wanted to talk about. There it is. Bledsoe Creek State Park. Right, now this is a big area. This is a big area. You know what I mean? Look how big it is. Look all these trees, and then you got the water, and you got God knows what's in there. Right? Has this area been properly searched? You're telling me they've searched all of this in 8 days? 8 days. They searched a big area in it. I don't think they could have. I really don't. This is a big area, and it needs to be searched again. This area needs to be searched again. I say that it's easy for me to sit here and say that area needs to be searched again because I'm at home in the UK and I can't do nothing. But I'd like to know if this. It's pointless asking law enforcement because they go, yes, it was searched. And as you know, I will go,
Oh, shit.
on that. Because I don't believe a word that comes out of that mouth of Craddock's. I really don't. But you've got the visitors area, reception area here. So I should imagine this all comes into it as well. You know what I mean? Big area. But all them trees. Oh, I'll see if there's any roads that go through it. Yes, look at the roads that go through it. Right? I'm going to go down. Let's take me down. Look at this. This is one of the roads that goes through the park, the state park. Wow. That's quite thick as well. Right? Munchkins. I'm just seeing that name come up on the map somewhere. Triangle, rectangle, yeah. Detention ponds, yeah. Yeah, they both did. Mascus Creek by Alter Creek. I've got to mark that, haven't I? That's something else I've got to put down. Old hickory jam. Muskers. Where he said he did that grand penetrating search, SF. Do you remember? Oh, God's sake. Okay, it's not telling me anything, so let me have a look myself. I've just seen it over here somewhere because I was looking over this way for something. And I saw Masker's Creek. But it's not coming up. No, nothing's coming up and I know it's here. Let's try Old Hickory Jam. Leave it like that for now, I can change it. Masker's Creek. Manskers Oil. Manskers. Yeah, there's Masker's Creek, yeah. Hey! Right, hold on, I'm just about to crucify on my cat. Yeah, I should think so. Today I was out in the back garden talking to my daughter, and I had my back to my pathway, and my daughter's looking down the path and she said, "Mom, your cat." I've turned round, and my one cat is out in the garden. I went, where do you think you're going? He looked at me, looked at the kitchen door, turned round and went back in the kitchen door. Oh, look, he knows he's not allowed out. And I said, there's Mansker's Creek. Sent me this. What search report? I'll have a look. See what's happening. Come on. Open up your stupid Gmail. No, that's not it. Nothing's come through yet. I've gone right back to. Why does it not send me your information? I have to go. Your emails, I literally have to go through all my emails right down to the bottom. See if anything has come through. You know what I mean? I'm gonna think that shouldn't be happening. Oh, now you're fucking telling me. Right, I'll have a look tomorrow. Check emails tomorrow. Mission. I'll circle it so then I won't forget that. And what else was I going to do? Yeah, send that light thing to you. So I've circled them so I know I've got to do those two things. First thing, when I log on tomorrow, that is the first two things I'll be doing. Can you send them in? Send them in now then, because it's bound to go down somewhere. Down to the bottom somewhere. Always does for some stupid reason. It's the same email. Same email. Alright. I'm keeping the same email, sweetheart. Because I'm not going to feck about with change. I've had to change my email to get this channel. But I'm not using that email for any. I'm keeping my old email. So, because I'm not going to feck everyone's head up. Oh my God, she's got another email. Oh my God. No, I'm not that nasty. I've got one email and I'll stick to that email. I know, I remember this email. I know my other email. But I remember this one better. So, that's what we've got so far on the maps with the, as I said, with what they're looking at, right? So we've got from there, from Texas Roadhouse over to there, back over to here, to all these places here. This don't make sense either. And then from there over to TN174 West, to go all the way along up to Kelling Lane. Right? Now that is the route I was looking for from Sunday, 4 p.m. on Sunday to 1 a.m. Monday morning, the 26th. Now this one here, I've got to change that colour. No. I've kept it yellow, yeah, sorry. I'll change these colours, but... And then the other one is anything between this point and this point of any car being parked up on the side, any car acting suspiciously, driving slowly, anyone out that looks a bit odd, anything that looks odd on your videos, your Ring doorbell, your home footage, that's what they're looking for. They want some footage of a car. They've been told about a car, but they've got no footage. So they can't just go by the word. They need to have some footage to back it up. So seems odd. So yeah, like I said, I did hear about something in the grapevine ages ago about a car being seen in the area of Long Hollow Pike, but that was it. And now they're asking for video footage, any Ring doorbell, any home security footage, any dash cam footage. Something you could be driving along and think nothing of. You know what I mean? And that other one, that big route area that we just done in red, all those places, don't make sense to me why they've gone to all those places, because Saundersville is like opposite to Grapevine Road. Then you got Grapevine Road, Wessington Place, Old Shackle Island, New Shackle Island Road, right, which are all literally within the same area. Then you got TN 174 West, which is Long Hollow Pike, which is literally miles away again. It doesn't make sense. When I know for a fact, New Shackle Road Island, you could go up to their house a lot quicker than going all along to TN 174 West, Long Hollow Pike. You could get up there a lot quicker than going all that route. That doesn't make sense. So what are they looking for? Are they looking for any, perhaps, they're looking for footage of a vehicle, yeah, seen in those areas. They've obviously had some intel. But it's just that one road, Saundersville Road, does not make sense to me. Why would you go to Texas Roadhouse, over to Saundersville Road, and then all the way back to Grapevine Road? That doesn't make sense to me. But then again, nothing in this case makes sense to me. Nothing. The route might not have anything, might not have something to do with On My Home. True. So honestly, opinion of you both, do you think this case is ever going to be solved for real? Not under the Sumner County law enforcement, no. As long as they've got reins, as long as they've got their hands on this case will never get solved. Never. Which I feel sorry for Sebastian, because he's the one who's losing out again on this. Right? But if it gets transferred to another county, and then they call the FBI in, then I can see things moving. I can't understand why they've not even charged them for any of those CPS reports. Don't sit in your office saying you're building a case because you've had 2 years now. 2 years is long enough to build a fucking case. You've got 5 CPS reports from that house, from Stafford Court, from 2022 to 2024. In 2 years, they've had 5 CPS reports. And it's funny how this all started. It's like these CPS reports started in 2022. They wanted Sebastian moved out of that home. They was talking about getting him moved to a residential school and things like this in 2022. What else happened in 2022? That's why I said, well, in 2022, before going further, in 2022, CP put in for full custody of Faith. That's why he wanted Sebastian out of that home in 2022. Right? And then because it was taking longer than they planned with Faith, Nina was fighting like hell, and I don't blame that woman. Right? They said, oh no, Sebastian's fine here, he can stay here. Right? So it's put on hold. Seth is still going through for the online school. He's had to wait for them to get back to him, which they did in 2023. And he said, right, I'll start in online school in May 2024. Because there's like an 18-month waiting list for this online schooling. He finally got a place for him in May 2024, to start in May 2024. And boom, it disappears. Why? That's why I said, Michelle, if he turns up alive after he's 18, they know those CPS reports will be dropped. On his 18th birthday, the CPS reports will all be closed because he's now 18, he's not a child. Right? So all the CPS reports get closed. The Amber Alert will get dropped. It'll probably get dropped back down to an endangered child. Endangered adult. He'll lose the Amber Alert. And if he does turn up then, after his 18th birthday, say, I don't know, it could be a Christmas miracle, let's hope. It's, Chris has said, it's classed as a misdemeanor. Yes, Sebastian could take him to court for what happened to him in that home, but as a child, I don't know if he'd be able to use those CPS reports, but as an adult, he could press charges against whoever caused any harm to him while he was in that home. Yeah, true. But as Chris said, it's a misdemeanor. If he turns up after his 18th birthday, it's a misdemeanor. Nope, 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 it's classed as a misdemeanor. CP stated that himself, Michelle. That's why I was pushing about the 18. What was the big thing about 18? The big thing is CPS reports all get closed. He loses the Amber Alert. And if he turns up alive, hopefully he does, it will be classed as a misdemeanor. And nothing will happen to Chris and Katie. unless Sebastian decides to press charges against them. Right? Now, bearing in mind Sebastian's highly intelligent, autistic lad, but if he turns up alive, he's been held somewhere for 3 years. 3 years he's been held somewhere against his will, if he turns up alive. Do you really think he's going to be in the right state of mind to be pressing charges against them? Nope. No. And that's what they're banking on. That he won't be in the right state of mind to press charges against them or anything else. No, it isn't. He said it himself, Michelle. He sat on a live, I can't remember whose live it was, and he said, if Sebastian turns up alive once he's 18, it's classed as a misdemeanor, which is a slap on the hand, don't do it again. So, literally what he's doing, if Sebastian turns up alive after his 18th birthday, Sebastian's going to be given all the blame. All the blame is going to be put onto Sebastian. Again, he's going to be made to be the victim again through CP. And he didn't do nothing, he run away. It's his own fault. They're banking on him never coming home, yeah. Anyway, I'll send you that video I made with all the 3 videos of the light video. I'll send that to you tomorrow, Michelle. But they are banking on him never coming home. And I'll work on the maps a bit more because I've got to understand what those routes, those areas mean. So I need to look at that post and then look at these areas of the map because I can't get my head around that. But I'll send you that video tomorrow. And I will look at any emails tomorrow. It's in my notes. Check emails. Circled. So anything circled, I'll look at straight away when I come online. So I'm going to call it a night because I am tired today. Oh yeah, they're going to blame him. Whatever. It doesn't matter what they do. He's going to get the blame. He run away. It's his fault. Don't do it again. You know what I mean? And then who's going to believe him if he turns around and says, well, they was abusing me, he was abusing me and all this, like, they're not going to believe him, are they? You're welcome, man. If you, those on X, thank you. Please consider coming over to YouTube and subscribing to my channel. Or even subscribe to my X account, if you haven't already. And I will be back tomorrow night. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I might be looking at this map again. Trying to figure out what it all means. Okay? And I'll see you then. So until then, please hit that like button. Please hit the share. Please leave me a comment. I do read all your comments, even on X. And I will see you all tomorrow night. Stay safe, everyone.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, listen that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're